Well, hello and welcome to week 207. I don't know whether or not the audio issue is on the stream or whether or not it's just me. So if there's anybody there that can give me a double check on the audio. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what the hell is. Either way, let's get on with this. We are in week 207. We are looking at the Butchery bench. So let's get down into it. This week we are introducing the Butchery bench, a specialized workstation for all the things meat preparation. It streamlines breaking down cuts and crafting prime ingredients, making it a valuable addition to any setup. We've also added a unique modifier to every prime meat, giving each cut its own distinct effect and adding more strategy to how you plan your meals. And coming next week, we'll share a first look at wall cupboards, a new storage option to help keep your base organized and efficient. So, notable improvements. They are fixing biome-related stamina regen, animal threat, exposure resistance, player stats, as in some cases where they're not being applied correctly. This fixes a few player and creature talents. Give me 2 seconds. I really need to put my glasses on. Fix an issue where some non-player characters' jump actions were very choppy and rubber banded for clients in certain situations. This mostly affects the cats and the rock golem. Ensure all saddle meshes have basic physics asset for render culling purposes. This fixes saddles disappearing from view when looking at certain angles or animations. So this week we have the new Butchery bench. We're introducing the Butchery bench, a new Tier 3 craftable station designed to elevate your food preparation options. It neatly snaps to the existing kitchen bench and biofuel stove, giving your cooking setup a more cohesive feel. With the Butchery bench, you can break down prime meats into regular raw meats or combine raw meats cuts to craft prime variables, giving prospectors greater control over their resources and more variety in their diets. So this week we have unique prime meat modifiers. We have also made adjustments to how prime meats function. Previously, all prime meats granted the same modifier when consumed, but now each type offers its own unique effects. Well, I'm going to enjoy that because I eat more than just meat. And so the fact that I eat one prime meat then means I can't eat a different kind of meat because it carries the same buffs. So if they're all going to have their own unique effect, then that means that eating two separate prime meat cuts is now not going to give me exactly the same stuff. So I like the sound of that. This change also allows you to stack the benefits from two different prime meats, opening the door to more strategic meal planning and improved flexibility as you prepare for your next expedition. So as you can see in the the image there, you've got giant raw steak, which gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they all give you five buffs, but they'll give you different. They'll give you different buffs. See, the raw fatty T-bone will give you plus 150 max health. Oh no, the 40 yield from butchering, and then the raw white meat gives you 20% exposure resistance. So yeah, looks like the first three are all gonna stay the same. So the space in stomach, the max stam and the extra max stam and the extra max health are all going to be the same, but after that they differ for each one. So now that prime meats can be stacked up to 3 active at a time, since each has unique modifiers, and considering they were already quite powerful, we've reduced the buff duration to bring them in line with other campfire foods. We've also added minor buffs to the Tier 3 smoked meats to ensure they match the power level of the other Tier 3 options. The general design goals for these changes are outlined below. Prime cooked meat will give you a strong buff, but it'll be a short length and it'll have a short spoil time. Dried prime meat has an average length, a long buff length, an average buff, long length, and a long spoil time. And smoked prime meat gives you a strong buff, a long length, but a short spoil time. Now that doesn't really make sense to me because in reality, smoked meat will last just as long as dried meat. But maybe that's just me. So, let's carry on. Next week, wall-mounted cupboards. I have no idea whether or not my audio is working. So if there's anybody lurking out there, can give me a bit of a help as to whether or not my audio is okay. So next week we are adding a new way to store your resources while giving your base a more homely vibe. We are adding a few new cupboards which can be deployed exclusively on walls. Check them out next week. That's good because Cornell always likes lots and lots of storage, and everybody likes lots and lots of storage. But if you can make small cupboards and you can put them on the wall and have them freestanding instead of actually standing on the floor bulked up next to one another, it'll save a bit of space. So that might do for putting seeds and stuff in, so you never know. Alrighty, the Great Hunts support our cause. Great Hunt campaign DLC is going to cost you £21. And here we have the Icarus complete the set. So if you buy this, if you don't have anything Icarus at all, it'll give you absolutely everything up to date. If you have some bits and pieces, then you pay this and it will give you, and it'll only charge what you have to pay for, but it'll give you what you don't have. So, changelog, good grief, it's going to be really quick tonight. We have, in the new content, they've unlocked the butchery bench and set up new recipes for conversion. And they've added unique modifiers for each of the prime meats. That's T-bone, soft meat, white meat, stringy meat, and gamey meat. Fixed. They have fixed the LOD screen sizes on the generator. They have fixed the AO settings on the calf G-fur material. Updated the G-fur on wild boar to reduce AO and shorten length slightly. So I'm going to assume that the fur was too long. Adding mission stats for caves, grasslands, and conifer atmospheres, for animal threat and hot cold resistance, etc. They've fixed the biome-related stamina regen, animal threat, exposure-resistant player stats, as in some cases they were not being applied correctly, as was mentioned above. So we like the fact that they have fixed that. They have fixed an issue where some non-player character jump actions were very choppy and rubber banded for clients in certain situations, mostly cats and rock golems. Again, that was mentioned above. Increased wind turbine weight from 5 kilos to 10 kilos. They've added an active audio effect to the glass working bench. Glass buildables now take 2.5 seconds instead of 1 second to craft. Reinforced glass buildables now take 2 times longer than standard glass, so it's going to take 5 seconds instead of 2.5. This brings glass buildables in line with other tiers, most of which are around 2 to 5 seconds per piece. Fix the missing DM for flat solar panel. Remove DF for bandage meshes. Fix the LOD screen size settings. They've ensured all saddle meshes have a basic physics asset for rendering culling purposes. This was mentioned above. This fixes saddles disappearing from view when looking at certain angles or animations. Remove DF from spline tool SMs, optimize new pipe tool textures. Add hover description for button in field guide. They've removed the withered from aspen saplings names as they are not, so they're not withered. They've changed animal carcasses to animal carcass in skinning bench UI, as there is only one single slot for processing, so plural is unnecessary. I would agree with that. And they have set sapling trees to not use Fiber XP event, 25 instead of 10. They've changed the LC sapling to axe instead of sickle for hittable. So the saplings you have to use an axe, not a sickle, to harvest. And in future content, let's skip through this. They've increased the raptor bones to large to make it suit the creature size better. A massive buff to the Yeti health. It's gone from 1,000. It's gone from 1 to 3,500 to 4 to 6,000 to represent the new scale. Well, that would make sense. If it's a bigger animal, it would have more health. Fix incorrect row pointers for Raptor Chew in Thames DT, preventing juvenile versions from spawning. Sand Scuttler. Haven't heard of that, but then I've not been doing an awful lot of the updates, so it might just be new for me. Scuttler animations and movement audio. Updated Stomper and Stopper Matriarch head item icons. GT Stick Tree now requires the axe to harvest, also awards a small amount of wood. That's good. There are places where wood is difficult to come by. They've updated the radiation tracker, which is good. What else have we got? Oh. Setting up advanced exotic delivery interface item, blueprint, talent, recipe, and implementation. And they've added the ability to manually set up delivery ship landing points with a new function. That's good because we're forever getting it landing in the house, which then it doesn't damage the building to land in it, but it damages the building when it takes off again. So that's good. What else have we got? Sandworm Queen acid spray effects and spit projectile effects. Nice. Flying tank will now start flying when attacked. It'll randomly fly and land during the idle behavior. It'll come to ground after taking 50% damage. It deals extra damage when in flying state. And it now has critical areas underneath its elytra when flying. Its elytra becomes extra strong points when flying. So, yeah. Try and keep it on the floor then. What else do we have? Weather, reverb, temporary meshes for Ben. I think Ben is another character. Sorry, I'm just trying to flip through here. They've done some stuff on Elysium 4. Done quite a lot of stuff on Elysium 4. Fixing issue where radiation sickness was not removed when you had cleared your radiation levels. Well, that's good because if we get clear radiation levels, then you want the sickness to disappear with it. What else do we got? So curved and diagonal brick buildable pieces. That'll be good because Connie does all the building, and I think he quite likes the curved building pieces. At least he does on Grounded and Grounded 2. So it'd be good to see that in Icarus. Can build some really nice stuff now. There's a buttload there for the Tundra Monkey. Flying tank to northwest volcanic and scuttler to southeast volcanic. Flightless tank to the potted scar and the dunes, so we know where to find them. They've swapped the cougar for the Komodo outside Eden. Guarantee prime meat from Yeti. That's good. Let's see now. Elysium Cave prefabs. Sandworm and Hammerhead Slug World bosses to Elysium. They've added lithium ammo, alloy ammo, and radiation ammo. So that'll help with taking out the animals. What else have we got? They've increased the pump jack weight from 100 grams to 20 kilos. That's a hell of a large jump. Crude oil refiner no longer aligns to surface normal. Well, I get the increase in the jack weight, but from 100 grams to 20 kilos, that's a hell of a lot of weight. That's like carrying a building in your backpack. Worm deals more melee damage, being with heavy doing even more. The knockback strength is auto-generated based on the mass plus the stat percentage. Excuse me. It won't. The worm will no longer try to bite you unless you're close enough. Well, that's good. Ground attack behavior should be more predictable now. 3 light plus 1 heavy. Let's see. Added Stomper Goofy Dance Idle Audio Event and Notify. So we're going to get a Goofy Dance from a Stomper. Be looking out for that. What do we have? They've increased the oil power generator from 10 kilos to 40 kilos, and they've increased the uranium generator from 2 to 40. That's quite a hike in weight. So it's going to be hard to carry this stuff around. Not going to be able to carry much more. Well, depending on your loadout, not really. It's going to be difficult to carry an awful lot more from that. I'm going to highlight this one because we've got a couple of extras in here. It's not just the cats and the rock golem. It's also the slinker and the tundra monkey. Added radio, record player, monitors, and cabinet props, including SMs, materials, and textures. Added additional optional water network connection support to chemistry bench in preparation for DH recipes. DH's recipes. Disable collision on small light meshes. Move power water connection points. Setting up lithium sickle effect and modifier which collects plant extracts when the sickle is powered. Adjusting the conversion rate of wood to resin and tree sap for the lithium axe. What else have we got? Added stats for unique lithium tool effects, such as for the sickle. Added the boss health bar to the worm. That's good. If you're going to increase, if you're going to increase the HP on it, then we need a health bar so that we know how much health it's got left. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? The Queen. We switched the super attack to also spawn stone pillars near the boss. Okay. Flying tank, tundra monkey, and 4 things here for Elysium 4. They've shifted Iris' location to the geothermal, making it so she only needs water and a splint. Okay, so that'll be for healing a crew member, I'm assuming. They've added the stasis bag and medical items to the pre-built structure as well. As well as some more set dressings, which is good. So I'm assuming that we're going to need those things to heal Iris when we get there in Elysium 4. And that, I'm afraid, currently brings us to the end of this week's update notes, patch notes. Another quick one today. It's a shame I didn't have anybody in the chat because I've got no idea as to how the audio sounded. Watch your eyes. I'm going to scroll right back up to the top. There we go. And so that concludes this week's patch notes. Corny should be back for will be back for next week's patch notes, I believe. I'm hoping that there might be some gameplay on Monday. I really don't know. I don't know exactly when he's coming back, but we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, it's good night from me. I'd like to say thank you very much to anybody who watched, everybody who lurked, and those who participated in the chat. There'll be another patch notes next Friday, possible gameplay on Monday. I'm unsure about that. Keep an eye on Corney's Discord just to be sure of that. And so until then, I'll say good night. Remember, it's a dangerous world out there, so please take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.